hard to believe it's already day 10. Most of us can use a daily reminder to create a better balance in our life, whether that's with family, friends, work, or fitting in exercise. Today's program is all about creating physical balance, improving postural control, and body awareness. Today we're going to start seated on the edge of the bed, feet nice and flat to the floor, but bring the knees and the feet in together. So today is all about balance. Narrowing our base of support is going to make things a bit more challenging. So we're going to add some dynamic movements today as well, but let's see if we can bring the feet and knees in to really narrow down that base. If we need to go arms out to add a little bit more support, feel free to do that. But we're going to do a squat or a sit to stand move here to start. I'm going to cross my hands over my chest just to reduce my arm use, force my legs and kind of the nerve endings in my feet to create more input. Gently hinge forward from the hips, press the feet down to come to standing, and just hold that posture for a few seconds. And we're going to slowly lower back down. Now remember, the height of your surface here is going to have a nice influence on the difficulty. My bed is relatively elevated, making it a bit easier for me. So I'm going to change the difficulty for myself, but feel free to do that as well. Stand up again, straightening the knees, gently tightening the rear end, shoulders back, good posture. Hold that position and slowly come down. Butt back to the bed. Let's go again. Coming to stand. And this time as we lower, see if you can hover above the bed. So bending the knees, similar to a chair pose like we've done before, but now I'm actually not de-weighting my body onto the bed. I'm gently hovering above. Come back to stand. Very nice. The bed gives a nice cue here to create that hip hinge as I start to lower down to create a nice technique through that squat. Hover again. Come back to standing. Keep up the good work. Very nicely done. And now we're going to lower all the way back to the bed. Lowering down. Remembering again, for a lot of these, if you have a dresser nearby, if you have a chair, use part of the bed for balance. You could scoot to one end for the baseboard or the head of the bed here to kind of help touch that for balance as well. Now we're going to come, again, butt to the front edge of the bed. We're going to come to a single leg stand position. So ideally we want one leg hovering out above, or you can just lift the foot straight up to create pressure through one leg. If this isn't going to happen for you, you're not there yet, then let's offset the feet slightly to bring one leg out in front of the other. And I'm going to come through single leg stance on my left foot first. But you can gently touch here or put the foot down to bias more weight to one leg. I'm going to try to lift mine up today. And again, arms crossed is going to be more challenging. Arms out adds a little bit more support. So from here, let's start arms out. Weight shift forward. Push your left foot down into the floor. And see if you can come up to single leg stand from here. Let's hold it a few seconds if we can. You can always tap that other foot down to help steady yourself. And then slowly lower back down. Very nice. Let's try two more. Standing back up using the left leg only. Single leg and lowering. And for my last one, I'm going to cross my arms. I encourage you to try that as well. If the first two were relatively manageable, coming back up and back down. Let's switch legs. Bring the right foot down. If we can have that left foot hovering above the floor, perfect. If not, gently place it in front of the right foot just to put more pressure to the right leg. Let's go arms out to start, or if you want to go right to arms crossed, that's fine. Hinging forward a little bit to get the nose and the upper body over that foot. Push the right foot into the floor to stand. Single leg balance. Lowering back down. Up again. And knowing that bed's behind you hopefully adds a little bit of reassurance, a little bit of confidence. Again, always place something in front if you need to, but the bed is there. If we start to lose balance, you can always count on that bed to catch you. One more time up. Single leg balance. And lowering back down. Very nice. Now we're going to stand up from here. And we're going to bring the feet in again, almost touching. So a real narrowed base of support. Slightly away just so we're not touching the back of the bed with the back, or the bed with the back of our calf muscles or the back of our legs. Knowing it's there though if we need it. Let's try to stand on the left leg only. Bring the right knee up toward the chest and actively lift it as high as you can. We're going to try to take the hands around that right leg and help to draw that up. So it's kind of a standing single knee to chest stretch, but really working the balance of the left leg. Press the whole foot down into the floor, squeezing that rear end, lifting your body up to the ceiling, and slowly lower back down. And if we can, immediately transition into a lateral right leg kick. It's a small movement. We're not trying to go far enough to where we start to tilt through the upper body. So kicking to the side, pause, bring it back in, and right back single knee to chest. Now if you need to, you can always touch the floor in between this sequence to regain balance. Right knee to chest, hands around the knee to lift, pressing the left foot into the floor, and slowly releasing the right leg. And then again, transition to a hip abduction move, a lateral kick out. Helps engage the outside of the hips. And back in. And we'll relax and let's switch sides. So now balancing on the right leg, weight shift over to it, push the right foot down into the floor. Shoulder, hip, knee, and foot should be relatively lined up. Lift the left knee up. Take the hands if you can and help to pull. If not, you can always just actively hold it here. That's fine. Just work single leg stability. Flexing the opposite hip helps to engage the glutes on our standing leg. And hold that position. And slowly lower the left leg back down. If you need to touch the floor, feel free. If not, right to a lateral hip kick. Knee nice and straight on the left leg. Slight cushion in your standing leg is ideal here. Try not to hyperextend that knee. Bring the left foot back in toward the right and immediately up to single knee to chest again. Use the hands, interlock the fingers to draw it upward. Pressing the right foot into the floor. And slowly back down. And one more time, kicking the left leg out to the side. And back in. Very nice. By now you should feel kind of these hip muscles waking up a little bit, your feet, your ankles. We're going to turn to face the bed. I have my right leg facing the bed. Step back slightly because we're going to do a forward stepping pattern here. So feet together, the leg closest to the bed. So again, for me it's my right leg. I'm going to take a nice big step forward. You can start small and increase your amplitude, that's fine. But nice big step forward. To weight shift on the right leg, I rock to the ball of my left foot, and I'm going to gently lunge down and kind of bend that front knee. Left knee can stay nice and straight into this high lunge position. And now from here, I'm going to straighten my arms out in front and rotate to the right side towards the bed. If we can keep the hands hovering above the bed, excellent. This is more of a trunk rotation, working on that little bit of balance and self-perturbation or instability. If you need to, you can always take the hands and touch and then rotate back. Let's do that again. We're going to hold this position. You can deepen that lunge if you feel comfortable and rotating to the right. Think of rotating through the center of your body, through the belly button. Head moves with the shoulders. Come on back. And then gently weight shift back onto the left leg and see if you can push off that right foot to bring feet together. And now we're going to turn and do the opposite direction. So let's turn toward the bed and face all the way the other direction. So now my left leg is closest to the bed, feet together. I'm going to take my left leg and take a big step forward, rocking onto the ball of my right foot. Right knee stays relatively straight, bending down into the left leg. Nice high lunge position. Arms out in front, elbows straight, and we're going to turn toward the left. Again, the bed is here if we need it to help balance. That's the point of this type of move, going toward the bed, is it adds that reassurance. Come back to center. Deepen if you can, and rotate left again. through the belly button area, through the trunk, and rotating back. And then weight shift back onto the right leg as you push off of that left foot to bring feet together again. Now we're going to turn and face the bed. And here we're going to do a step back or a retro lunge. The bed adds a nice support point as well here and also prevents your knees from shifting too far over your feet. So it's actually some nice feedback. So feet together, let's take our left leg and take a nice big step backward into that similar high lunge position. Now from here, we're going to drop the heel down and turn that foot slightly 45 degrees at an angle here relative to our front right leg. Keep that left knee straight, push into the pinky side or the lateral aspect of your foot to engage your butt. Keep your arch height and bend the right knee. Pull the right hip crease back. And let's lift both arms up. We can lean a little bit more forward, obviously here. The bed will provide that feedback to not let our knee go over top of the foot, which is nice. Arms back down. Let's go one more time, arms up. And arms back down. And now we're going to come onto the ball of the left foot and going to transition into a single leg forward tilt position. In physical therapy, we call this a tipping bird sometimes. In yoga, it's a warrior 3 position. So we're going to start to weight shift, and you can kind of take small steps if you need to get more weight onto the right leg. Come to single leg balance. Lift the left leg straight up to the ceiling. You can touch the bed for balance here. If you can keep it hovered above, perfect. If not, let the fingertips touch. All the way up, so your trunk and your leg is parallel. That's the goal. And then start to extend the arms out. You can slide them along the bed to keep that point of contact. If you can, we're going to lift both arms up, or try lifting one arm at a time. To hold that pose, slight bend in the right knee. Drop the arms back down to the bed. Draw them back as we stand up nice and tall. Very nice work. Let's switch sides. We're going to stand on the left leg. Nice big step back with the right foot. To the ball of the foot first, nice high lunge. Bending the left knee, right knee is straight, drop to the heel. Turn the foot a 45-degree angle towards your right. Pushing through the whole foot and the lateral aspect of that right foot to engage your butt. Draw the left hip crease back so we're squared up towards the bed. Bend into the left knee and then both arms straight up overhead. And back down. And a nice breath in as we lift one more time. Exhale to release. And then rocking to the ball of the right foot to weight shift onto the left foot. We can go right into it here or just take small steps in first. Balancing on the left leg, bring the right leg straight up to the ceiling, knee straight, foot pointing down. Pelvis is parallel to the floor. And now we start to bring the arms forward and try to lift up if you can into this nice warrior 3 position. And arms back down, standing back nice and tall, both feet to the floor. You did it. You're working on your balance. This will translate to a lot of functional movement throughout your day. Really consider this many times throughout your exercise routine and your exercise practice. I'll see you tomorrow.